Alright, good evening, cadets. This is Captain Hotchkiss here. I'm your Squadron Deputy Commander and Honor Guard at OIC. NESA is over. A couple of our cadets went to the GTL school, a couple went to the basic school, and there were a couple cadets that went to Wilderness Advanced First Aid and the First Aid class in general. And I thought that it would be a pretty educational video to show you the layout of a medical kit. Now, whereas there are many different layouts, and I found this one to be the most effective. One of the things I do recommend getting, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but this is I like to call it a belt pack, but everybody else calls it a fanny pack. However, this is a very convenient tool that I use. I carry this with me anytime I go on a SARX, anytime I even I'll take this with me when I go, out for a drive or something. It's got everything I need in it. It's got trauma shears. You have pediatric trauma shears and adult trauma shears, a pen light. That can be used for looking at someone's eyes or just trying to look around. In these side pouches right here, I put gloves in there, and in here, in this first pouch, I have a BP cuff, a stethoscope, and a pocket mask. And in the pouch behind that, I have another BP cuff, a better stethoscope, and a watch. Like I said, anything I would need at a moment's notice. Please excuse what's going on over here. My dog is being a freak. Anything that I'm going to need at a moment's notice. So now onto the pack. First thing I'm going to bring out is the top pouch. Now this thing, first of all, let me start with the pack. This is called a stat pack. These things are freaking amazing. They hold so much, and they're like extremely convenient. And they're really light. They have a different kind of strap, so all the weight goes to your hips and not to your back or your shoulders or your legs. Or I'm sorry, they go to your legs, not your hip, back, or shoulders. So in here I have all my basics, first aid stuff, so band-aids, a thermometer, moleskin, first aid cream, tweezers, sting relief, so when you get stung by a bee, put that on and it's supposed to relieve the pain. Next pouch, I've got alcohol prep pads, towels, burn cream, more towels, and alcohol prep pads. Down in here, I've got all my gloves and anything I'm going to need in case I run out in here or I only have this with me. In here, I've got ointment, hydrocortisone cream, more moleskin, aspirins, non-aspirins, anti-acid tabs, you name it, it's probably in here. And lastly, for this pouch, in here I've got scissors and clamps that are sterile. And that's the best thing about this pouch. Another good thing about this pouch, everything that you put in here remains sterile. Now for this pouch. In here I've got roller bandages, or roller gauze, whatever you want to call it, ice packs, Benadryl spray for itching. You just spray it on, and it's supposed to relieve an itch, and it will relieve an itch. In here I've got steri strips and biohazard bags. And then also on this side of the pouch I have anything we need to clean my hands after or before a call. So alcohol, spray, hand sanitizer, even some water in there. And here, I'm not going to open this up too much because it's a pain to put back. But I have SAM splints. These are used for brakes, if you don't know already. So you just wrap that up and you put that on someone's arm, and it's stabilized. I have hand warmers for frostbite and things like that. Triangular bandages and more triangular bandages and SAM splints. And last but not least, this is where it gets interesting. Well, actually, I also have band-aids on the outside, so in case if I don't even need to go in here. Well, actually, this is going to be your first line of first aid. So if you run out in here, you go right into here. In this pouch, this big pouch, I've got. Now, I didn't go to a wilderness first aid at NESA, so I don't know exactly what they taught you, but I have everything in here that I'm going to need for the ABCs. And if you don't know what the ABCs are, it's airway, breathing, and circulation. I'll explain that in a minute. Up here I have abdominal pads for eviscerations, trauma pads, occlusive dressings, burn dressings. I think that might be QuickTime. Here I have sterile water that you can use for irrigation. It says right on there, sterile water for irrigation use only. So if someone has something in their eye or something like that, you can just pop this open, draw it up in a syringe, and start spraying their eye. Here I've got my tourniquet, gauze pads, and gauze pads galore in there. Here I've got trauma sheets and burn sheets, and that's actually, I've got like 2 of each in there, so that's really pretty. And here's where the ABC thing comes into. I have oropharyngeal airways, or OPAs as you might know, nasopharyngeal airways, or NPAs. Also anything I'm going to need to put these in. So I have a tongue depressor and some lubricant in here. Here I have QuickClot, which comes in a gauze or a powder form, and more gauze pads. And last but not least, here I have pocket masks. I'll get to this in a minute. This is pretty cool. I have bag valve mask devices, or BVMs. Pediatric is this one, and adult. I've got cervical collars, and back in here I have everything we need for irrigation as well as trauma shears. I have 3 trauma shears in here in case I don't have my other bag or whatever. Here I've got 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 things that I can use for irrigation. 4 or 5 of them are saline flushes that you see during an IV insertion. And last but not least, for this couch, I have a ring remover, and what that does is you put that under the ring, and you can cut off the ring with it. This pocket mask in particular, I also have 2 others in there, one that fits the BVMs and one that doesn't. This one in particular, I highly recommend these ones. These are extremely great. They fit perfect for adult and pediatric. One of the good things about this is this fits a BVM as well. Also, it's a pocket mask, and this can fit around someone's head. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but right there's a little notch. And what you can do is you can hook up oxygen to that and put that around there, and it delivers oxygen to them. However, it's not as effective as putting an actual oxygen mask on them. because it doesn't deliver that much oxygen. It still does the job. I don't have an oxygen tank or any of that in here. I don't have a non-rebreather mask or any of that. I don't have any use for that really. So anyway, the ABC thing. I have airway. ABC stands for airway, breathing, and circulation. So I have my airway kit, my breathing, and my circulation. And actually more circulation and more circulation. I didn't have enough room in here, so I just put it down in here. So this is all circulation and circulation, but these are airway. And that's just the way I found it to be used, or to be conveniently used. If you guys have another layout that you want to use, go right ahead. It's all opinionated, really. And last but not least, the reason I chose Step Pack is because, like I said, it's huge and it can hold a lot of stuff. Not only that, but it's cheap. It was cheap, and it's everything you'll need to get the job done. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Most of you who are the Dang Cadet Squadron in Delaware, most of you have my phone number or my email address, so if you have any questions, feel free to call or text me or email me, or Facebook. Most of you have Facebook. Feel free to Facebook me. I'm always there. Feel free to subscribe. And any questions, just bring them right to me. Thank you very much.